Hello, what a season, which like so many seasons began with things that were new, which now feel tainted and sullied. West Ham moved into their new stadium, Taxpayers Park.
Yeah, the seats are miles away from the pitch. Mind you, the way this team's playing, that's a bonus.
The Hammers, owned by two protesters from Fathers for Justice who sometimes stick cereal packets on their coats to make them look all military, had a secret weapon.
We've got Payet, Dimitri Payet. I love that two-faced Mind you, if it comes to a choice between paying top dollar for players to get us into Europe or paying extra for the police to keep us safe, I know what I'd choose.
In the end, they chose neither, but they did buy a text messaging service where if you caught yourself behaving antisocially, you could dob yourself in to the non-existent cops. But London wasn't where it was at, remember? This season belonged to Manchester.
The Premier League is blue and red. City have got Pep, who's never been tested in a league before, but he's got Claudio Bravo and John Stones, so what can possibly go wrong?
5 minutes later,
quite a lot can go wrong.
Meanwhile, Joe Hart got locked out of his holiday apartment in Italy while putting out the washing and had to stay. And we welcomed Jose Mourinho, who's proved time and time again he's a top manager, except last season. And every third season.
Jose spent £1 billion on players. About half of that's gone on Pogba's agent and his hairdresser. But forget all that. We're going to win the league. We're going to come runners-up in the league. We're going to qualify for the Champions League. We're going to win the Europa League.
Still, 2 trophies and a silver platter to balance them on. That's arguably better than Spurs.
Look, we definitely didn't bottle it, all right?
Spurs fans did the tears double as they said farewell to the lane.
Oh, it's our last game at this stadium before the whole thing moves a couple of metres to the left. Oh, I'm having that sign. Oh, I'm having that as well. No, I don't want that. Oh, all right, I'll have it.
What was the tweet of the season? Well, if you answered Pedro Obiang photoshopping a cartoon football into his own action shot, you've won yourself £20. Well done. What was the tribute of the season?
When all the Man City players wore Gundogan's number because he had a bad leg. That was a proper watershed moment, wasn't it? When everyone was thinking, how is this sport still taken seriously?
Who was the snake of the year, Leicester fan?
It's got to be the Leicester City players. There was Claudio Ranieri happily bobbing along and condemning his team to relegation. And then there was the dressing room coup, led by a chinchilla, a garden gnome and a bad Peter Schmeichel sequel. Oh, I will never forgive those snakes for saving us from relegation and competing well in Europe. Urgh.
Mike Dean moment of the season. This weird spit bubble he did. No wonder he wasn't invited to the referee's stag do.
Walter Mazzari looks like how Sam Allardyce imagines himself to look like.
Meanwhile, at the other end of the table, clubs were setting out their stalls. Hull City's squad became depleted as they realised that half of their players were just Steve Bruce in a false moustache and glasses. And at Sunderland, David Moyes claimed that Sunderland would be relegated before the season even started because they'd hired David Moyes. National coaches had contrasting seasons. Sam Allardyce thanked a lucky coin for his debut win as England manager. But when he tried to make more lucky coins, he was sacked. Then we welcomed former USA boss Bob Bradley to Swansea, here unveiled on that tablecloth your grandma gets out when she has guests, who dressed for his first game in charge like a mime artist reenacting a burglary. Oh, what's that? It's the FA Cup magician!
Make these stadiums empty! Pa-pow! Eat a pastry to advertise a betting company! Ruin a non-league side's once-in-a-lifetime trip to your stadium by staging a Wenger-out protest on that very day! Shamana!
Wexit means Wexit.
There's one thing we missed this season. No, not Stoke, although they have won an award for earliest departure on holiday, downing their tools and picking up the sandcastles in February. No, of course, I am talking about this season's dark horses, Chelsea FC. In came Antonio Conte, under the radar largely because fans kept mistaking him for John Inverdale, Brian Ferry and John Travolta. His tactical innovations in a league where previously the most innovation was when Tony Pulis wore a pair of glasses, bamboozled other teams who saw Victor Moses playing right wing-back and flipped. Congratulations Chelsea, and farewell John Terry. And just like that final day of the season when he subbed himself off, we've prepared something similarly understated. Back to you.
Goodbye, Chelsea's rose. Farewell, John Terry. We're gonna miss you like you missed that penalty in 2008. Chelsea's rose. We'll see you at your farewell party. Shake Wayne Bridges' hand, hug Anton Ferdinand.